and even before I would really spill the beans as to what the topic is for today, I would simply like to ask a couple of questions. Are we comfortable with that? Can I ask questions? Thank you. If I would ask my dear friend, what's your perception when you see this entire thing, this board? What's your perception? Anything? What comes to your mind looking at it?
Instrument, right?
Okay, great. Sir, what about you?
It's blank, I can do anything I like.
Very well said. Yes, sir?
What is the question?
What's your first perception or feel the moment you would look at this board?
I see a beautiful white color.
Beautiful white color. Great. And
We can write it. That's what we do want. We can rewrite it.
absolutely, we can rewrite or please come. Please come. We can rewrite or wipe off maybe if something is written. So if I have to now say it is well said by all of you and with due respect, hello sir. Come in front, I mean we have very few people to interview. Oh, thank you. So as rightly said by all of you, this is an instrument. So I would say we are an individual made by the creator. We are just an instrument to what he wants. And of course when he sends us, जैसे बोलते हैं हम पैदा हुए, it's like a blank sheet of untrodden snow. We just need to be careful when we tread जब हम चलते हैं because every mark will show. So actually when a human being is born, a child is born, it's a blank sheet. What is written is by the parents, the immediate environment, or more so we tell the mother. Sometimes the love of mother smothers, but the mother would say this is so bad. 9 months she would keep the child in the womb, care, nurture, feed, domesticate, and today you say mother's love smothers. It's just a small thing to it that how is the love to be given is what is important. So if I have now to trickle into the topic today that we have, it's all about our mind, our body, our emotions. So today we are going to do a very small topic about theory of mind. And how our mind, body, or our emotions directly or indirectly play on whatever issues, diseases, or any such ailments we face in our life today. Is the topic going to be clear? Am I clear to all of you? Great. Yes, sir, please. You need some help, Reena?
No,
Just
sit.
So, as ma'am said, and he said I can write anything, she said we can wipe off. Past is irrevocable, future is unknown, but what do we have in hand today? The present. Just that's okay. Thank you. Thanks. Welcome. So, how do we now put it, the mind theory, and connect it to our present, that is today? Okay? My dear friends, at any point in time you feel that I need to repeat or be loud or something, do let me know. Okay? Thank you. So, to begin with, I know I'm not too good at drawing, but this is our mind. Okay. Now, hi. Please sit. So another question. Sir, if there is a mosquito bite, एकदम से मच्छर दिखा and the mosquito is about to bite you, what do you do? Either rub it off, fly it off, or freak, oozing my blood or sucking my blood, right? What is this called? It's a defense mechanism. mind, meaning if there is some danger, the mind grasps it or receives it as a danger signal and gives you an inbuilt defense mechanism. Example, अभी कोई भी आके चाकू मारेगा, if you can defend, of course you're going to defend yourself, right? But this here is stored in the primitive mind. That is the defense mechanism, which could be fight or flight. Absolutely. The flight would have very simple example with the mosquitoes को भगा दिए थे, बताने में मारना क्या है, let's go. But maybe in defense we may hit it, right? Now here is the subconscious mind. We'll talk a little more about it once I've done the other part. Okay? Okay. Before I would name that part of the brain, another question. Do you know how to brush your teeth, ma'am? Absolutely. See, it was such a silly question. What? Are you mocking me? Absolutely. बचपन में मम्मी ने सिखाया. What age were you when Mama Papa must have taught you to brush your teeth? Very, very small. But did we forget? No. It has just become kind of habit or a mechanism. Right, mechanically. Exactly, let's say, अभी मैं ये भी बोलूँ, button बंद करना shirt के या something. We would do it topsy-turvy atmosphere and say. Now, my point is the logic. The logic of anything is called through the critical filter or we understand the right, the wrong, the good, the bad with the critical filter which gives us logic. However, this is fully developed and very, very different in every individual. Because maybe if I say, oh, Sanjay Dutt shouldn't have been, given the verdict again. She may say, oh yes, oh he should have been punished. But she may say no, different logic to each situation, right? But this develops only from age 0 till 8. It's not there. So it's after 8 that this develops fully. So my point here is, छोटा बच्चा है, we say, नहीं, shh, बेटा, किसी से घर पे जाके नहीं, you should not pick up something. The child is like, why? I'm hungry. I just wanted, यार, इसलिए बोलते ना, मैं बच्चा है, कोई बात नहीं. Because the child actually doesn't understand, मैं ये किसी और का घर है, मैं खाऊं नहीं खाऊं. I am damn hungry, so I'll pick and I'll eat. But here the mother, the parents, the environment say these are values and good manners. But instead of hitting the child or enforcing a discipline, can there be another way to it?
Explain to me. Why, how and why?
Absolutely. And what could have been the approach then? Or maybe a slap or गुस्सा या stern look. हम तो मम्मी की आंखों को देख के डर जाते थे. बचपन में. So the approach can be with love. Absolutely. Love and choice of words. But please, would say absolutely rather, hey boy, are you hungry? Great. Take one and then take a moment now, give him the values and discipline in a manner which he will understand because he anyways doesn't have a logic. You hit him today, tomorrow it's his habit. Only unless you don't beat him or hit him, he wouldn't do anything good. ठीक है ना, मम्मा मारेगी तो कोई बात नहीं. Now when we say, you don't understand what to do, you don't know how to behave in society. Now we tag children. So wherever the parents carry their children, ये थोड़ा मेरा बेटा ऐसा ही है, ऐसा ही, Now they started tagging the child and actually the child now behaves that way. The neural pathways. It's set. It becomes a behavior and a pattern. Unless the child is too smart to outsmart you. Now this doesn't mean each time it's the parents' fault. It's in our culture somewhere.
They change. Things are children are much smarter today.
Oh, of course, the generation gap has always been there. Maybe your parents, in terms of your forefathers would say, you would say for your grandchildren, change is the first theory of evolution or the first principle, right? So,
After 8 years.
fully developed. See, it's present there, but it's non-functional. Fully developed after age 8. Now the child can better logic. You can see our curriculum and syllabus as well. The raw math or the actual calculations And when I mean the actual calculation begins only after the age of 7, which comes standard, I think, the third or the fourth. Third, fourth year thing. The actual math. Before that, yes, it is normal, and as we now say, the generation has kind of become smarter. Unless, why do we say उनको CBSE में इतनी जल्दी मत डालो, या don't force the child until the child is 3 years or 4 years, उनको pre-nursery में भी मत डालो, make it very creative, then very logical, because actually he or she cannot understand. What here happens is, I'll just write it so that I explain that. What is this I see? I'll explain in detail because sir has asked this question. I'll clearly tell you, ये आजकल हमारे बच्चों के साथ होता है. To be very frank, I do a lot of counseling for children, and I had a parent. She came with a 3-year-old child. Ma'am, I want you to counsel my child. I said, sure, I will. May I talk to you first? Okay, what is that you want? He's not perfect. I said, okay. Doesn't matter. See, I have to respect the parents. I said, okay, we'll take care of him. If you don't mind, ma'am, may I ask something about you? Oh, talk about my child, not me. I said, okay, please speak. He's not perfect. He doesn't know where to keep his things. He is just 3. Sorry. And it seems she was in Pune and she came back from Pune to Mumbai to live. Even in Pune, when she was, the child was 1 year, she started counseling for the child through counselors. Here is where I empathize and say the parents need counseling more than the children. Absolutely. So because they need to understand they are children, have been perfect per se definition adults, they wouldn't have been children. This IC stands for inner children. So what happens is, today I'm 3 years, but since I was 1 year old, my parents have been, people have been nagging, you're A, you're B, they've been labeling me. Those many inner children are in this adult today. And wo naraz rehte hain, they are unfulfilled, not totally bloomed children. They are meant to play and not be adults. So, IC is nothing but a chota bacha in an adult. So this is what happens if we force a lot about values and discipline a lot in a wrong manner. Okay? And now this is called the conscious mind, which is our active brain. Intelligent portions of the active brain. Now, this is not more than 5 to 10% of the entire brain capacity. This is 90 to 95%. Absolutely. And this is, if I have to just put it in a very layman way, find higher record stuff. It's like records, right? The soul origin. Yes, sir. Is the word shiny?
Subconscious mind. What is separate from the last one?
Primitive mind?
Is
So,
it's not in the subconscious mind?
no, it is in the subconscious. It's just to demark because ये सभी फाइल नहीं stored है. Primitive is right since the soul origin. So maybe I was born in 1700 types. I mean the soul origin. The soul which I belong to is somewhere 1700. The soul travels beyond the quantum of space and time. So the primitive actions and everything comes from, it's here in time, in the subconscious mind. So is the boat shining for you? Hello? You want me to shift it?
Yes, okay.
Okay. Okay, as you're comfortable. Fine. So, as I said, 90 to 95%, and this is only 5 to 10%. Now, what is this doing in our current life? Actually, we all know today, the way I asked, brush karna aata hai, kyunki habit ban gaya hai, machhar marna hai, that's a very common sense, there's no question to it. But what is this doing? So, now we'll talk about it. Any question up to here? Onto this?
Is the critical part of the subconscious mind?
It is not totally. Your very nice question and very apt question.
What's the question?
Is the critical filter a part of the conscious or subconscious mind? To be very frank, if I have to say the bandwidth of critical filter is 0.5%, the 0.25 will be here and 0.25 will be the subconscious level. Because there's no demarcation, but when we have to kind of quantify, 0.25% remains in the subconscious mind and 0.25% in our active mind today. So अगर आपको कोई पूछे भाई what is Indian culture, ऐसा है वैसा है, because that's a belief system drilled into us the day we are born. It's everywhere. As per you go to US, anywhere, it's all the same. notes. Can we go a little further? Thank you. So now we talk about the subconscious mind, how it's related in our current life. When I say current life, per se what we spoke, emotional, health, any and every issue in this world that we kind of face. Okay? Now, this is me in my current life. We'll pick any ailment, or would you want to pick any ailment, or could be the physical, mental, emotional, anything. Anybody wants to pick? आपको कुछ बताना है इसका? कोई भी बीमारी, emotional stress, anything, name it.
Pagal.
Sorry?
Pagal.
Pagal. Okay, can you define pagal? Because pagal can be neurosis, pagal can be schizos, pagal can be simply temporary amnesic. So of which do we consider? Because let's jump and come to something really, very important.
Inferiority complex.
Okay. Do you have to?
Yeah, you know, if a person has emotional problem only with someone, that's relationship problem, and that's not, they are not in frequent contact.
Okay. We'll also pick that topic and we'll also pick this. Is this okay with all of you? Are we in consensus? Thank you. So I'll write this here. So emotional, in terms of any relationship, especially far away. You just said that they are not in contact. So physically maybe not present. Fine. We'll take this a little later after we've spoken about the inferiority complex. Fine. So this is me. I have inferiority complex today. Let's pick one such complex. I feel I'm not worth it. Example, घर में भी ऐसे ही कोई okay, I have to get up, nervousness shows, I go cold feet if somebody says come and stand and speak, maybe stage speaking, speaking over the phone or the crowd. I'm not open to people. I'm so complex that it also eats me when I'm studying. Teachers, what happened to you, Manjeet? Nothing, teacher. Did you understand this? Yes, although I must have not understood a single A of it. Because I don't want to speak. Maybe she hits me. Maybe she insults me. Maybe she says, what, you don't know, look at her, she's so smart. And you don't know, you can never do anything in life. I am all the more complex. Meaning, एक तो already मैं इतने complex में हूँ, she's putting it down the drain, depression. Is it right? Am I going on the right track? Fine. Now,
Maybe you have some restrictions at home with maybe you feel like that.
maybe, absolutely. So what I'm thinking,
Sometimes reverse is also true that when the person is too much, person has inferiority complex and the person becomes too much of extrovert and tries to show.
absolutely, you're absolutely right. But this is the reverse mechanism. But everything has a trigger. So I'll also come to this. So say today, I'm very, very complex, inferior. But what you said is right. I come up like a band tomorrow. Sorry to say, but balls to everybody, now I won't stop. So this is again a trigger which must have caused. But why all these things happen, right? So we are here. Now this is me. I was born here, 0 age. This is my mother's womb. This is my past life, which nobody knows. Of course, me too. Future still is unknown. Future life. I'm simply getting the correlation and trying to web it, me current, how my subconscious and my conscious mind works for any and every ailment or anything. Now, I was born, I'm in my mama's womb. Maybe she's pregnant with me for Right? 3 to 4 months. I'm in a womb. What happens is there's a very meeting in my womb. My mama is crying because उनके सास ससुर all these people, senior people of the home are sitting and घर का कुछ property का झगड़ा हो रहा है. also crying, but she's also serving, lunch and chai and coffee and all that, bahu ye le aao, all that types. And episode is over. She overcame, वो थोड़ा सा रो लिया, थोड़ा झगड़ा कर लिया, शाम को पति से भी झगड़ा कर लिया, everything said and done. I'm bored now. I am bored complex. Why?
When the child was in the mother's womb, it goes still in the subconscious mind, child still has its organs.
Absolutely. Very well said. The mother is the first point of contact for the child. No doubt, the naval contact. He or she, the child within, absorbs each and everything of the mother and the environment. We feel that if बच्चा उसको थोड़ा समझेगा, because there is no logical filter. The critical filter is not there. But on the subconscious level, everything gets registered. So, all the five senses, whatever he hears, smells, feels. मम्मी को नौशिया की फील हो रहा है, कितनी बार देखा बच्चे भी they are very nauseatic, और या उनको hyperacidity है, because the mother had, not necessarily each time mother, but yes, we need 85%, बाकी का 15 to 20% maybe even other people, but then this is a different case. Now, he or she has absorbed all the complex. Not two options here. One, पैदाइशी introvert है, पैदाइशी complex है, या पैदा हो गया 3-4 साल की बहन हूँ, and there's again such a situation where people have come in and they are shouting and there is some fight. It triggers because my subconscious mind activates the file of this situation. When the fight was happening, my mother was crying, she was feeling bad. Four things happens. One, what is that you were thinking? What is that you were feeling? What is that you decide that day? Because example, मेरे पति ने आज मुझे मारा जब मैंने पूछा कि चलो कहीं बाहर जाए. He slapped me. देखो तो जब देखो बाहर जाना. I decided इससे आज तक कभी नहीं पूछूंगी, मैं अकेली जाऊंगी. So now this will become my pattern where I will not go with him. I'll go on my own. So somewhere you decide something and now you have an impact created all your life with this as your behavior pattern, your neural pathway, thereby setting in such things like inferiority complex, no confidence, stuttering. What are all these? These are physical symptoms of deep down emotional stress. They can be a trigger since birth or any time till the current age. Simple example, because anything and everything gets recorded here. ऐसे तो अच्छा भी record होता है, लेकिन अच्छा कभी बुरा लगता ही नहीं ना. You have had good times, you have been to Kashmir, you have had a very beautiful time. Unless there was something very negative, कुछ तो उधर हुआ, वो याद रहेगा. शायद वो फूल खेले कुछ याद नहीं रहेगा, but small fight with your parents or something वो याद रहेगा. Meaning anything negative has a larger impact. Thereby setting your patterns. Now having to answer this emotional relationship. Why I got touch past life here is यहाँ पर majorly it's because of the mother's impact or the environmental. Past life will trigger only if there is an undead emotion to it. Emotion like the thoughts, the feel, the decision or an impact, which will then carry forward to your current life. Let me explain this example with one of my case studies. Is it okay with you if I post?
When we do documentary evidence about the past life,
Absolutely.
we take it for granted.
Sir, we also take for granted the Bibles. We also take for granted everything because this has, it's been coming right from our, I would say, our forefathers and people. There is no such evidence that people has even seen Jesus being crucified. But trust me, I can give you 2 examples right away. Also refer a book. And no doubt, science has been a boon to us, which has brought medicine and life-saving techniques. But it has not created anything. The resources available in the nature is only what we human beings are using today. Do you know where did air come from? We have read it and we feel it, right? And now about this. One of my clients today, she's aged 14. She came to me with an issue saying, I simply feel I don't want to be home. I said, okay. Now can you tell me, is this a problem? I don't want to be home. ये कोई problem है क्या? मैं घर में रहना नहीं चाहती. I said, okay. क्यों? If you don't mind me asking, कोई तकलीफ है या सास ससुर पति वगैरह? नहीं, पता नहीं क्यों I don't like. I said, okay. Then what do you feel? Oh, I feel as if I've been tied or I've been caged. I said, okay, thank you. Why thanks? I know the reason now. It is simply past life trigger. Meaning, मैंने तो मुझे कब से लग रहा है एक्चुअली ना पहले इतना नहीं था, मेरी शादी हो गई उसके बाद ऐसे अच्छा शादी हो गई कितना टाइम हो गया, ओ मुझे 15 साल ही हुए हैं टाइप्स लेट शादी. I said okay. Now during the therapy, that's the past life regression which I was conducting on her, 3 lives before her current life. I have a recording of this. 3 lives before her. Sir, this is during the therapy of the past life regression which I was conducting on my client. I'm a past life regressionist also. Absolutely. I also explained that entire theory to you because that is also one of the topics included in theory of mind. I'm sure with due respect to all your questions, I'll answer them as well. Most welcome, sir. Okay. So now I'll very specifically say how come 3 lives. Okay. Now she was a 16-year-old girl, unmarried, like a nomadic with her parents. क्योंकि यहाँ पर काम नहीं है, खाना नहीं है, खेती खराब होगी, so they were moving like nomadics. They settled in a small village where the landlord had a bad eye on her. She was hardly 18. ये सब होते episode. She learned pottery so that she can help her parents in her financial things, in their economical things. She had a small brother, just 4 years. Now the point is, so what's happening next? Oh, I see this man. He spoiled her. One day caught her and all that stuff, and she really had a bad time. And she committed suicide because she didn't want to face the world anymore. Right from the place where she was molested, she was raped, she went away from there. She committed suicide. Oh, sorry? Sir, I was not there then. I thought she would have come. No. Sir, the fact she could have made, sir, this is what. Today you are talking about this out of maturity and your experience of life. With due respect, it's been so many years. हम तो मैंने दुनिया देखी है, बाल मैंने ऐसे ही नहीं सफेद किए. So you're talking out of that. Absolutely. लेकिन सर वो बच्चा 16 साल का उठ रहा है या 18 साल का, उससे जब वो he or she cannot decide what to do. The fight and flight mechanism, they only understand, yeah, I have to end my life. I can't face. So they flight. So this is what happened with her. And what were her dying thoughts? Oh, I'm so shameful of myself. Dying thoughts. What are you thinking?
Because it is 300-year-old days. So social media values were different.
Absolutely.
Even now,
Sir, आज आप ही बताओ. We allow our children, especially girls, और लोगों को भी आजकल सास भी बोलती है कोई बात नहीं बेटा जीन्स और टी-शर्ट पहन, right? The culture has changed, times, the thought pattern, everything is changing. So this 3 lives when I'm saying, I'll come to this point and I'll answer all your questions. Is this okay with you, sir? Thank you. So there was that. Okay. So her dying thoughts was, I'm shameful of myself because such a thing happened to me. Her feelings were, I am not worthy my parents. Suicide इसलिए किया because she felt not worthy to her parents. वो और बोझ नहीं बनना चाहती थी. Already financially down. Third, now she decided, आदमी सब खराब होते हैं. I don't like them. And the impact was, it was a closed room. The feeling of the closeness, the tide and the pressure, was feeling caged, helpless, caught. So मुझे बचपन में मुझे इतना लगा जब से मैं शादी करके आई हूँ. Now see, after marriage what happens, especially for girls, घर change हो गया, father is something different, but a husband now is different, whom you need to be close. The feeling of being raped, triggered, she started getting those feelings and she used to feel very neurotic, mood swings. Any time trigger, husband ने इतना सा भी बोल दिया, झगड़े पे झगड़ रहा है, झगड़े पे. They didn't have a child, but इसके लिए emotions की जरूरत नहीं है. It just happens at times. Now, this is where the entire thing filed open from this subconscious where she had a very bad time in 3 life periods. Now you would say, okay, Manjeet, pata to ho gaya, now what? Right? Even if the file is open, no doubt, how much right, wrong, truth and fallacy to this, I'll come to it. Now what? So what we do in our therapies is where a wisdom and those 4 questions of dying thoughts, feelings, impact and decisions are nullified and we register death. Register death meaning, boss, you are in this current life, this life is over. Look into your life today, how you feel. Oh, I'm good. Do you have any connection? So your answer is, if any of such people are connected with any of those lines there, in the case where that landlord was this husband in this life. That's the reason, more the trigger of feeling caught.
Please repeat last
Sorry.
Please repeat last
Oh, sure. As a question as well, the emotional thing, relationship, even if far or even if close, if that person in any of the lives before has been an anti or a negative impact with you, will trigger in this life. So even if you don't meet much, you must have met once, is going to trigger that negative impact and emotional turbulence. For this client of mine, it was daily, because wahi banda husband बनकर इधर आया. So now let me give you the factuals. I will put my words into your mouth, totally at your discretion, whether or not to take this. Take it, sir, as you would like. Now, logic is when you prove something.
How genuine is past life?
Sorry?
How genuine is past life?
How can you do?
Genuine.
So I'm coming to the genuinity of it, sir. That's what I'm explaining it. I'm explaining how genuine. Acha, take it. So now, when it's logic, we all know 2 2s are 4. Logic, we all know 2 plus 2 is 4. Will you believe if I say 2 3s are 7? Will? No. Right? Because there is no logic, there is no proof, and this has not been taught to us. It has not been taught in my curriculum since school. All my teachers said 2 2s are 4, 3 2s are 6. So 7 is what I want to take, and there's a standard forum for maths. Geniuses have said. Now, first and foremost, when we say how genuine it is, sir, आपने कभी महसूस किया कि आपके दिल और दिमाग कभी एकदम से आपको कुछ बोलता है? The sixth sense says something. Can you please prove that to me? It
triggers. I mean, you don't have to proof.
You have the answer. So when we say how genuine it is, the subconscious mind of that particular individual will never lie to himself. So himself or herself, and then it opens a file. You yourself can do 5 things. See, sense, feel, and it all runs like a movie. When you get up from the trance, which is called the theta level, जो तुम बोल रहे थे मैं तो वही बोल रहा था, वही देख रहा था, this is all fake. Okay, fine. तुम्हें result मिला? Now I'm feeling better. So simply go with the feel. Why again logic everywhere? The greatest distance in the heart and the mind is only 13 inches, but it takes lives to understand the genuinity of the distance. Meaning, the emotional and mental thing can never coincide unless you create a harmony and balance. So as said in Gita as well, which we all saw in OMG, what is that Siddha Purush who knows how to create balance in gussa in every situation and be calm, right? Simply here, on a subconscious level, it can never lie to your own feels. I have had clients, if there has been a physical trauma, they have Nishan on their bodies as well. Nobody can lie this. Yes, it's a transpersonal regression and clinical hypnosis if needed. Transpersonal regression is simple where the client goes with the feel. I am feeling this. The feel itself takes him or her to catharsis, meaning nullify of the emotional and the mental stress. Thereby the physical ailments get well, files, they have been done. I have records of them as well. It's been 5 years I've been practicing. However, my point here is this is how your past life, your own set belief system, your own thought processes actually are responsible to a very large extent, not 100% fully, 80 to 90% of whatever ailment or trauma you will have today. It's more of that. And this is how we make or break our future. Right? Because what is the reason for diabetes? We all say sugar level. Right? Your parents were genetic, type A, type B. But why does the insulin production go down? Half of the kidney dialysis patients have a record of being left from home or debarred or discarded from their home front or their cultures or their clan. Absolutely. Absolutely. मुझे घर से मेरे माँ बाप ने कर दिया. मेरे ना क्या बोलते हैं मेरे clan whatever we say मुझे मेरे इसमें से निकाल दिया culture. No, for that we are inviting dialysis, kidney dialysis. You feel discarded. Sorry, go ahead. Diabetes is sugar production when you forget that life is sweet. Genetically आएगा बहुत कम, इतना नहीं कि diabetes हो जाए. Anything and everything is thoughts and emotions, and then we decide what to do because we form it a pattern of behavior and a neural pathway. आपने सर बाइक आती होगी आपको चलाने, जब पहली बार चलाए थे कैसे था? गिरे थे? नहीं गिरे थे, फिर कैसा थोड़ा डिफिकल्टी हुआ या सीख गए फर्स्ट दिन? फिर जब 3-4 दिन रोज प्रैक्टिस किए फिर कैसा होगा? Become first class because now it became a habit from subconscious level. It got recorded. अब उनको सोचने की जरूरत नहीं कि गियर किधर है तो what is where. He can just move even midnight when he's in sleep. This is the power of subconscious mind, and this is how it works. Absolutely. As I said, see sir, it's there. अगर आपके पेरेंट्स को होगा तो it's hardly 1-2% का कोई चांस होगा. But अंदर you don't invite, nothing can come to you. God, the Creator, has made human body to such a great level. सब आज तक body को explore ही कर रहे हैं, create नहीं कर रहे हैं. Lifestyle. Great. So if you like the life, it's nice. For that matter, even gout, then बोलते हैं ना वीरों की बीमारी है because high protein होता है तो ही gout होता है. But it's so painful in joints. It's simply because of being not flexible.
आज को
Why are you so irritable too? Just recall. If you want, I can give you an example right away. Close your eyes. Feel the itching where you have.
No, it was cured. When I was small, I suffered from it.
Now how is it?
Now
It's good. Great. It's medicines.
I
happen to give an example. Thank you so much for that testimonial. Most of it. Psychosomatic emotional. Most of them and most of it. Okay, if I could just give you a slight kind of organized pattern to how, I'll give you a few books as well for references. So anytime you can maybe. See, I'll tell you again, I'll just put it simply. It's me. I have an ailment today. Whatever ailment, emotional, mental, physical, any and every possibility right from mother's womb or a past life, the percentage may differ. For some it is 100% यहीं से है, it gets resolved very soon. But for some, somewhere it is here. So percentage may differ right from 0% to 100%. So this is what we do during therapies. The person is totally taken on a subconscious level and we work through body somatics, meaning feeling, the feel, and what are you feeling in your body. We directly go to that issue, and if it is linked somewhere in the past life, it will trigger from there.
Is there a possibility of going wrong?
Going?
No.
Possibility of going wrong by whom?
By the therapist.
May not be, but it will still work for the client because the client knows what he is doing. His subconscious mind can never go wrong for himself itself. So even if the therapist, the third class therapist possible, the therapy works because the client knows what he or she is doing. We actually are just mediators to the creator and person. So rather we just say we are lucky mediators to help you go through a different channel which doesn't have medicine. And just to answer that life which I quoted, it was like, how do I know it's 3 lives, right? So by the time or the moment when the soul gets into a mother's womb, this is called interlife. Before just the next life or the previous life. Example, if this is me today, मेरा अंश जब मेरी माँ की कोश में आने से थोड़ा पहले जो भी लाइफ है उसके और इसके बीच में it is called interlife, where the soul has 3 or rather 4 options. Why 3? Forced reincarnation, meaning मैं मरने लगी कि मैंने बोला मैं इसको नहीं छोड़ूंगी. So I will take birth to screw her. Sorry, I'm using this language. I will take birth to take revenge because my thoughts during that death was I have to take care of this. So forced reincarnation. Second, planned development. Planned development meaning ये जन्म में मैंने all possible पापा ये सब कुछ अभी मरते हुए बेराम करना चाहती हूँ. So what I do is I say मैं सारे मेरे पापों का भोग करना चाहती हूँ. I just want moksha. So now I develop and plan my birth. So the birth which I will take will be where either I'll become a nurse or a doctor or a therapist or something, and I'll see to it that I become wholesome, mentally, physically, possible ways. Third is free choice. I haven't seen people, अरे पैदा हुआ ऐश या खाए पिए एकदम आराम से चला भी गए. These are free choice people. And the fourth are actually the disciples who come only to preach. Meaning, as we have all these gurus, we have Sai Baba. They are one of those incarnations which are pure reincarnations of the Creator in some form, either for incarnation or reincarnation purposes. So, how do I know? Is through this inner life where the soul descends. Any other question or anything you would like me to do?
Subconscious and unconscious mind are the same thing?
Such subconscious mind and unconscious is a state of mind where it is unconscious. मतलब बिल्कुल होशो आवाज नहीं, type of need. But subconscious mind, where the subconscious mind is now active, it will tell and speak through you, of course, whatever is happening. So unconscious is a state where the mind is sleeping. So during any therapy or trance, we do not go from an unconscious state. Through hypnosis, which you study with your skin allergy, we take directly to the theta level, which is the deepest level of trance. But when we do transpersonal regression, it is simply on a subconscious level, subconscious mind level, where pure, the active mind, that is your conscious mind, is active by 2%. और आपको पता होगा क्या हो रहा है? Nothing, nobody can do anything against your will. And the myth, तुमको मेरे secret पता लग जाएगा, तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं. There's nothing. And this very session is not about propagating past life. It's simply to propagate. Sir, I, me, myself can make or break myself. Simple. वो यहाँ से शुरू होता है, and नीचे तक it comes to your physical ailments, anything and everything.
We know about the positive thinking, negative thinking, and despite that, there are patterns of negative thinking. And how to break it?
Well, if I have to say on a very very cognitive level as a layman, जैसे आपने अभी सवाल किया, मुझे पता है this is good and I have to think positive. वहाँ मेरे साथ कुछ एक बुरा situation हो रहा है, but I have to think positive. It takes a very very huge tremendous effort of the person, which usually on a layman is difficult.
without a trigger.
Exactly. But this now has to be, in fact, to answer your question very technically, I will simply say, this is one of the very famous statements I do for myself too, because even I'm into the end of the day. For example, okay, I'll give this again with the client. The other day a client came to me for tarot reading. Manjeet, I don't know, जब भी कोई business का वो कुछ ना कुछ कहीं loss, he'll get money in bulk, but he loses it in bulk too. So this is quite clear because stress है ही ना. I said okay, just say one thing. Say an affirmation. I choose to release the need for loss, if it's a loss of money, profit, whatever, in the here and now. Understand, sir? हमारे हाथ में जो है सिर्फ आज का पल है, कल का गया, आने वाला पता नहीं. So, if I start my cycle from now, I am happy and abundant in the here and now. This now has actually become the next past moment, but I'm going to get another. So again, if I say I choose to release the need, because understand, we all are playing a drama to fulfill our needs, which is our issue. Example, the need for whatever is actually coming from you. I need sympathy from my husband. So I will start doing those pranks and tantrums and things so that I get sympathy. So see, the need is within me. So somewhere when you say, I want to stay positive, great. So simply say, I am happy and I am balanced in harmony to the universal harmony. But this, mandatorily, you have to set your neuro pathway because now this has become a habit, right? Minimum of 21 days, 21 times, wholehearted, we are not mechanically, oh I'm happy, I said, oh, not that way. Mandatorily, minimum 21 days, 21 times, say it or write it genuinely. And as the book Secret also says, the art of visualization, law of attraction, we can on a very, very conscious level start doing all this. सोचो हाँ आपका conscious mind is only 5 to 10% active, फिर भी कितना powerful है कि 90% subconscious mind को बोलता है shut up. So might as well take power from there and start doing what a layman can do other than going to subconscious mind. Fine. But the fact that sometimes even though we know it, we are unable to do it is where we need a third person to come mediate, and from a subconscious level, the root cause to whatever is happening today has to be chopped off. Here is where past time and any hypnosis works. सिर दुख रहा है, सिर दर्द पे कभी काम नहीं करेंगे. सिर दर्द शुरू कहाँ से हुआ वहाँ से काम करेंगे, क्योंकि सिर दर्द हटा दिया बाकी के वो है ना. So might as well from the root will work so that this goes away. Simple, we work the reverse.
Very interesting.
I'm sorry I came late,
Yes.
but since you raised the question of past life, now nowadays there are two methods. One is the through trance and another is a guided meditation. Now what happens if trance I can understand because your logical faculty overcomes the subconscious mind. Subconscious mind overcomes the logical faculty.
Absolutely.
So it's okay, I mean you go to the trance and maybe you have to pass life and all. But for a guided tour and all this thing, now generally now it is proved that our mind plays the trick, illusion, delusion, whatsoever. So some suppressed desire to become something and all this thing, whenever you are in that guided meditation may come up and you may see some picture that you are executive or you are something and all that. Now, how do you or self recognize that this is really past life or my mind played the trick? So, how it is very difficult to differentiate.
Absolutely. So I'll answer this in three different ways, or rather there are three things to the same. This first, so if you're in trance, no space for fantasy. First. Second, because it will directly anyways come from subconscious mind. Even if you make it, you cannot make 90% of it. You can only make 10 or 15, at the most 20%. Yet 70 will be dominant. So this is the first answer. The second, the fact that when you're in meditation, you're not in trance. The active mind is yet very active and it's good enough.
Yeah.
Here is where your willpower has to then overtake. Second, why are you suffering or suppressing your desires? The entire, sorry to say, the entire thing which is going wrong in our world is about suppression. Because then you go in depression. So if you have any desire, if there are possibilities, fulfill it. Fulfill. But if not, of course, I wanna with John Abraham or something. I'm coming to that. I was about to say I want to be, with John Abraham or something. Of course, I cannot say, okay, boy, let's have a one-night stand. But the answer to this is, what's so bad in fantasizing and fulfilling your desires? But this is not the answer to your question. The answer would be the fact that when we are in meditation, this is the first method of flight mechanism the brain uses to either overcome the stress which is deep within or the emotion which it doesn't want, or it cannot face तो वो मेडिटेशन में जाता है. इसलिए बोलते हैं मेडिटेशन से शांति मिल सकती है लेकिन उस चीज का टोटल सॉल्यूशन नहीं मिल सकता है. सो how to differentiate? You just cannot differentiate because your desires actually are coming up. क्योंकि when मन शांत करते हो आप meditation से, your desires will come up, no? Because that is the happy part of you.
Like Arjuna says in Mahabharata, you can't face anyone in meditation.
Absolutely, sir. May I take this away?
Means in short, your mind will find the solution, but it may be from this life or it may be past life.
See, that's somewhere here or whatever you want to say. Subconscious, it's a desire within which has been suppressed.
Right.
Or even if revenge for that matter. अभी आपने बोला past life है. So not necessarily very blooming and blossoming desires may appear. It may appear, you know what, I'm stabbing somebody. Maybe it is true somewhere. But the fact that it's coming in like a movie clip in your meditation.
Sudden images or something.
So. Because see, I tell you one thing, sir, these people वैसे भी बहुत ज़्यादा ये, they were very very high willpower people. They knew one art very skillfully. They are masters of that art. Association and disassociation. Example, he's my boyfriend. I love him so much, but damn, when he's home, I'm home. But I'm still there with him, because a part of me is with him. So I'm not fully here. So I'll do some other mess here, either with my family people, with my studies, with my work. I mess up the relationship problem with which you were talking, because a part of me is with her. But the day I learned association and dissociation, I met him, I have lust of time. I come back. Now I'm here totally and I enjoy the moment in the here and now. Nothing will trouble me because now I know how to balance and create harmony in self. The mind or the heart says, oh he's there, मैं यहाँ. तो ले आओ ना, अरे है, वो भी वही है, तुम भी नहीं हो. This is not being practical. This is just being wholesome. So in meditation, when you just can't face any situation, मुझे ध्यान कर रही हो, मुझे शांति चाहिए. So you meditate. So Arjuna, when he said, he just wanted to dissociate from that situation, gather himself, become wholesome, integrated in his authentic energies, and now jump in the Kurukshetra to do the needful.
So for meditation, is it really a meditation? Because when you are in meditation, so many thoughts come up.
So this is totally your decision.
I'm not. I'm informed.
Absolutely. So may I ask a question on this question so that I can answer your question? So the question is, how do you meditate? If I may know, because meditation हर कोई बोलता है. How do you meditate? If I may ask. I don't meditate. To be very frank by you, I cannot sit in one place more than a minute. So I never meditate because that doesn't help me.
Generally, it is a mind calming exercise. It is not a real meditation if you see.
Well, there are real meditations like bubble meditation, earth meditation, toilet meditation.
You say real meditation, they can only by the outcasts. The selected feeling. As I understand the common man, cannot.
The fact that he's a man, he can do it. And the fact that the avatars were also somewhere the fragmented souls of the creator were men. Because the creator is only one. Whomever he sent or she, whoever is the divine. Exactly, the fact that they had evolved, they had different methodology, that's simple. So common men can also meditate. Okay, just a minute. With due respect to all your disapproval with me, I'm really okay, but I will definitely try and tell you what I was trying to tell you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll just start. Sir, go ahead and 3, 2, 5, 6 और 7. Now, 7 levels. Actually, the number 7 is a universal number anyways because of many more facts. The other fact to it, which very few people know, this is the minerals, the plants, life of human beings. Animals, human being, the 4th level, which is called the 4th dimension. 1, 2, 3, 4 dimensions. These are the dimensions of life which you are saying avatars. 4th dimension, the 5th dimension is now, this is you select to be a demon, being the dark force energy or the white light energy. Yeah, जैसे आप avatars बोल रहे, here is where they start the meditation जो आप कह रहे हो ना, they start evolving. This is the line of the guided angels, or as we say, see, when you are in trance, you can experience this where there is nothing but only you, and you can see your own auric light. And this is the divine, which is the 7th level. These people know how to travel up till here, and thereby are called the avatars, disciples, or the sent reincarnations by the divine himself or herself. But it's always
you mean pure consciousness?
Absolutely, bang on point, sir. Pure consciousness of oneness. Actually, every human being is God in motion the day you believe it. You are God in yourself because God said, just go enjoy. I'm in you in everything. Actually, भाषण करते जब हम पिक्चर देखते, मैं भी ये सोचती थी आज से 5 साल पहले, until I recognized and I understood the profound meaning of oneness. You take a step and you say, oh gosh, I'm good, I'm happy, I am wholesome. You are. Who will define a period of time? There is no time, quantum of space and time on a subconscious level. There is no quantum of space and time. And since ascension, that is December 21st, 2012, the magnitude of the earth and the dimension of the earth has changed to such a level that the quantum of time has reduced. The influx of rainbow children, the influx of crystal children has already begun. 2001 was rainbow children, 2004 were crystal children. Now what is this? A really huge topic again. These children are made of pure love and very intellectual mind, two opposites of this world who will bring about the Satyug now. अगर सब स्वस्तिक जानते हैं, you have to go to the mythology. स्वस्तिक का सबको पता है ना, कैसा है वो साइन, ऐसा पहला युग, दूसरा युग, त्रेता युग, कलयुग. The arrow of Kalyug again is coming to Satyug. The circle of those many lives is almost over by this decade. It's going to come, and the influx of such children have already come. So this actually topic को जितना बात करो इतना है इसमें. So हम सर खाली ऐसे देखते हैं. ये अगर मैं इधर खड़ी हूँ ना, मैं ऐसे देख सकती हूँ, मैं ऐसे देख सकती हूँ, मैं ऐसे देख सकती हूँ. But वहाँ देखने के लिए either I turn, but then I move on this. So we actually can only see 3 dimensions. The day we see the fourth dimension and we look down as a panorama. We'll see our own positive things and we will understand the situation from a neutral level than biased level. अगर आपको आंसर शीट आपका दे दो करेक्ट करना, आई एम श्योर यू गिव योरसेल्फ हाफ मार्क ज़्यादा, इनका दूंगी 2 मार्क तो काटोगे क्या?
Your whole perspective will change.
Perception. Absolutely. Absolutely.
When we decide to suppress our emotions and also put the others also. But when we take some steps, how do we know whether it is right or wrong? Or how do we decide, because it may be a part of our childhood programming, or our subconscious mind may not activate it. But still we want to take our results.
So we should do it. So, okay, if I have to answer this, first and foremost, my dear friend, there is no right or wrong. Who will decide what is right, what is wrong? I am pricking you. Actually, this is right or wrong, you can say, because it's hurting you, but she'll say, oh, freak, I'm a doctor, I have all the rights to prick you. So, what is right or what is wrong? So, at least I am of the school. I believe, unless I'm hurting anyone, and I'm doing what I feel is only gives me true happiness, I will do it. And if there's something very much specific which I feel that yeah, maybe bhar aa rahi hai thoda sa, so if it's that, see, in life, parents, husband or wife, and children, these are the 3 to 4 kind of close things. We cannot chuck them. We just cannot, and they are the most painful. They are the most painful. हालत करने वाला आप बदल ले सकते ना, you cannot preempt it. So I simply say in any and every situation, 3 जन होते हैं. Either this may answer your question. ये जो अभी नाम लिए ना मैंने सब महानुभाव के पेरेंट्स, वाइफ, हस्बैंड एंड चिल्ड्रन, sometimes they are prosecutors to us, sometimes they play as victims, sometimes they play as rescuers in our life. Right? You choose where you are. Sir, this is prosecutor, please don't take it otherwise. So this is me. I know where I have to be. So I will simply break this and come out, take a panoramic view of that situation, the person who is doing it, the person who is being affected, and even I am involved, maybe I am being affected. I will change myself, my methodology, or something in me which will either stop hurting that or stop that situation happening recurrently again and again. What is the need in you to attract? Now if I actually have to answer, इस दुनिया में जब कोई बच्चा भी पैदा होता है ना, वो एक्चुअली डिसाइड करके आता है यही माँ बाप क्यों. There are 67 million wombs available. Then why this womb was chosen by the son or daughter, whatever you have? Because he or she has a life plan to fulfill. It will come and do it here. And similarly, you have your program or something where you will similar child ही चाहिए, मतलब ऐसा ही traits का child चाहिए या husband चाहिए या whatever. And you do it. But the day we realize from a conscious mind the awareness of oneness and pleasure, दिल की खुशी, we will break it. Because इसका direct relation आ रहा है किससे पता है? या तो health, या तो wealth, wealth meaning तुम्हारा career, job, business, whatever, या any relationship. तीनों में से एक भी खराब, man is gone. और ये 3 के अलावा किसी की जिंदगी में इशू होता भी नहीं. क्या इशू है बता दो? हाँ, power and politics is now then जाने दो, फिर तो as many you may name. So now you decide where you want to be in life. But this doesn't mean कि मैं किसी को hurt कर रही हूँ so I wouldn't get rid of my own problems. Simply release the need. You feel better. Any other question?
If a person has a health problem and a relationship problem, be different. If the
Be different together or none or what?
no, same problem.
All 3 problems.
All 3 problems. Will there be a same past life
moment you come to me and you say, I have this issue today, we go as is.
It is not like holistic picture that you take, you know. It's only that particular problem.
Example, you come to me, I have migraine. Okay, this is your problem, you came to me for the first time. Migraine could have been because of such health problems, either in the past or right since the womb or whenever, whatever. It could have been wealth. तुम्हें बहुत एक जबरदस्त झटका लगा तुम्हारे बिजनेस में, you are in a state of shock today, your mind has stopped working, you have developed severe migraine. Or relationship, you had a big jump in your life with your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife. Today again you are in such an emotional turbulence that you have developed migraine. So we have to accordingly deal with it. So when we are dealing with one issue at a time, it may or may not unfold other things. पता लगा migraine के लिए आए लेकिन आपकी rash ठीक हो गई. No, it's not the person who is releasing it. Etheric level, auric level, emotional level, soul level, mental level. These are the levels of every person. So this.
So